Hi everyone, welcome to day 23 of my manga advent calendar project. I'm Dai, and today I will be sharing my thoughts with you on the first volume of My Dear Curse Casting Vampiress. This one is by Chisaki Kanai. This one is published by Young Press, rated older teen, for language nudity and violence. So in this one we have a guy who is a part of the anti-vampire safety force, I believe is what it is. And so basically in this world, vampires within the last 20 years have kind of been a pretty regular thing. But only within the last 3 years have the attacks been a lot more like public and more rampant. And so there's this safety force. And we follow a guy who is in that force, and he's very good at what he does. And he has knowledge of this like tale. It's kind of a tale of a vampiress who has such beauty that any who gaze upon her basically go mad and do harm to themselves. But this vampiress really loves humans, and so she would only use her beauty to protect them. But people just couldn't get over the fact that she was a vampire, and so they basically locked her up. So he's kind of had this tale with him, and while he's doing his job, like I said, we open up this story where there is an attack, and he goes and he does his job with his team, and so you can kind of see his abilities there. But what he doesn't know is that this vampiress actually exists, and the government has her in a secure facility. And so we follow him throughout this volume, kind of getting a tip for where she is, going to get her out of where the government has her, and then ends up being paired up with her to basically do what he was doing before, which was to exterminate vampires, but with the help of this vampiress. And so I really enjoyed this one. It was really interesting. I thought the lore part of it in the beginning kind of really makes you think, because at least I didn't expect for it to have actually been something that had happened more in a current day situation, as far as them like capturing this vampiress and holding her and whatever. It definitely gives a more like historical feel as far as the tale at the beginning of the story. So I thought that part was interesting. They're embarking on their first like case together in this volume. And the case so far is very like action packed, and it doesn't end in this volume. So it's definitely going to continue into the next one. I think the relationship between our vampiress and our government worker, I don't know how to explain what he does, but our male character here is turning out to be kind of sweet and kind of cute. And then our male character also has a mysterious element to his past as well. So all of that just was very interesting. I thought it lended a lot to my interest in reading more of this series. And so I'll definitely be continuing with this one. It was very interesting. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm looking forward to continuing to follow these two and their journey of exterminating vampires from the earth. And so, yeah, those are my thoughts on the first volume of My Dear Curse Casting Vampiress. Let me know down in the comments below if you've read this one and what you thought of it. And if nothing else, and you'd just like to let me know that you were here, you could leave me a flower emoji down in the comments below. It would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out. And that will do it for me today. Join me tomorrow for day 24 of my manga advent calendar project. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're all safe and healthy. And until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.